the way that place influenced this project now is it just worked out beautifully because I would never forget. One week it was really tough. I got my car broken into. Sold it for $50.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
But I think that was the moment where I had released my second project the same day I had to sell my car, like Bliss Volume 2. And the amount of love that I was receiving like reminded me of home. And
it's your host, the one and only Serious Jason of the Serious Podcast, you guys, with another episode of just spotlighting creatives who are creating projects of substance or doing things of substance as well. We just had a filmmaker last week. We had a vintage historian who had film works and cameras and basically just talking about the resurgence of film. And today we got a photographer out here. He just recently had a residency at the Palm Beach Norton Museum. He's also a recipient of the Palm Beach Culture Council. Did I say that right?
Cultural.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's a mouthful, but he's been active. He's doing so many things. So you guys join me as we introduce Kelvin Small the third. Y'all, let's make some noise, man. Oh, hold on.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. We got to make some noise. He deserves his flowers because what he's doing is great. He's bringing surrealist photography back here and is bringing it to people's awareness as well. So, Kelvin, thank you for hopping on the podcast. And also, I can't forget to mention, he's actually from Palm Beach County as well. Yeah, it's been a minute since I actually had a Palm Beach County resident, born and raised as well, from Belle Glade. Yeah, so just with that being said, can you just tell us your backstory and how'd you get into photography?
All right, yeah. So I remember going to D.C. for a trip in the 5th grade. I was a safety patrol.
Yeah.
And it was the first time that my parents had got me like a small little Kodak disposable camera.
Yep.
I remember taking a bunch of photos out in D.C. and after I came home, got them developed and everything, I just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Asked my mom if I could get a camera. She said, absolutely not. It's expensive.
No, trust me.
Yeah, no, it's an expensive hobby. But maybe I think I was a teenager, so probably on 15, 16, I got another disposable, not disposable, but it was like a mini little camera, digital one.
Mm-hmm.
I started taking photos with that and just filming my friends skate and everything. And one day it started raining at the skate park.
Yeah.
I grabbed my board, but I left the camera.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, dang, I'll just keep skating. And then photography didn't come into play until I want to say 2017. And that's when I finally picked it up and started to go out and shoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then from that time, like in 2017, like I know originally you started with the Kodak disposable. Right. What was the camera that at that time period like you were shooting with, or like you just picked up any camera, maybe an iPhone or just?
Right. Yeah. So it was called a Fujifilm FinePix. It was a little not disposable. I keep saying that, but it was a little mini camera. It was on offer up for like $20.
Okay.
Yeah, and I remember meeting the person. It was like really sketchy for some reason, but they ended up giving me the camera, and I went out that night, and I haven't put down the camera since.
So you just went out basically just taking like pictures of like the scenery or wherever you're at, and then from there it just kind of exploded.
Yeah, exactly. Like I started out in City Place just taking photos every night because photography was the only thing at the time really getting me out the house.
Yeah.
So eventually, I want to say a couple months later, I was like, okay, I know this camera isn't the best. Let me try to find another one. And that's how I bumped into film photography.
Oh, okay.
Where I was working at the movie theater that used to be in City Place.
R.I.P.
Yeah, crazy.
Literally.
Yeah, like, and I knew, I'm like, okay, digital cameras cost thousands of dollars. I don't really have the money for that.
Yeah.
So I started thinking, I'm like, okay, I know there's 60-minute photo. I'm like, do people still shoot film? I went and I found a little film camera on eBay.
Yeah.
And once I got that, and I just bought like a little roll of film.
Yep.
I think it was like Ektar 100. It's like this really like amazing color film. I went out and shot in City Place again.
Yep.
And
and then seeing like from there, seeing the pictures after, going through that whole process and having it developed, you're like, whoa, these shots here, it's just kind of like, wow, like it gives you a sense of feelings. You feel something from just the shots itself.
Exactly. Yeah. There was like one photo in particular. It's like I just took a picture of some flowers.
Yeah.
That was really it. But the way it looked, I was like, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
And from there, I just haven't stopped.
Shoot, no, exactly that. And with the style that you take your photos now, it's more like surrealism.
Yeah.
Basically, like it's basically like emphasizing on the image and just basically just kind of like extreming. Like, what would you say like that style of photography, like your style of photography, like that surrealism style came from? Like, where did that start for you? Like, where you were like, this is the style you do it in?
Yeah, so I was shooting the first Bliss project in 2020, and I thought I was making something completely new, like it had never been done before.
Oh, you were like, oh, this is crazy. This is out of this world. But then you further look into the style itself, and you're like, this has been done. But not in that, like, but not the way you've taken it, though.
Exactly, yeah. So around 2020, after I finished the project and I put it out, I discovered this documentary on YouTube about surrealism, and I was like, I just clicked it because I'm like, okay, let me just watch it. I can have it as background noise. And then I was seeing some of the artwork and some of the photos, and I'm like, oh, this is the style that I was doing the whole time, and I just had no clue what it was.
Yeah.
Like, literally is around since World War I.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Like, I've seen, like, some of the, like, famous, like, surrealism pictures, and et cetera, and artwork, where it's, like, things are melting. It's, like, an emphasis. Yeah. And it makes you feel, too. It could be, like you said, your previous project, Blissful, Misery, et cetera. It's just looking at it makes you have some type of feelings and feel some type of way towards, like, the painting. It makes you think as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I remember I searched that up. I did more digging, and I'm like, okay, I think I want to go this route with my work. And from there, I was just challenging myself to study more surrealist photographers, and even before surrealism was Dada period.
Yeah.
And really just knowing more about the craft, reading on it, trying to get better at technical things with the film camera, because I get sometimes people think it's film and it's very limited, but that's the point where you get to explore and experiment more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And with just, you know, based off those people that inspired that, your style, of course,
right.
What would you say was, I guess, a challenge? Just like getting, like, probably wasn't a challenge, would you say? Because now, like, you see the style, you see the inspiration. Now you're just like doing your own spin towards it.
Right.
Taking your own spin with the camera, doing different angles or different areas or sceneries.
No, exactly. Yeah, I guess after just making a whole melting pot of influences.
Yep.
It's like that quote, still like an artist.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just taking like my favorite parts of certain art, whether that be movies, music, even other photographers or paintings. And I'm like, okay, let me try to put my own spin to this. And I'm at the point now where it's like I can feel when a camera or feel when like a photo is taken to right, like lighting, shadows, and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's just an instinct now.
Okay, perfect. And so, just with that, like you said, when you know it's a good picture, you just have a feeling, that urge. So, what does that all look like? So, what is that? Like you said, picture, like lighting, area, the shot. So, what does that, like, I guess, look like for you?
It looks different sometimes because I like to shoot a lot at night recently.
Okay.
Which nighttime photography, especially with film, can be a bit more challenging. But
of course,
what I like to look for in certain locations is something that feels kind of gritty, but still try to make it so South Florida in a way, because I want to document this place before it's, like, God forbid, completely gentrified.
Oh, yeah. Exactly, yeah.
So I'm trying to make a lot of this work as a time capsule, really. So I'm going to places that I used to go skate and everything and take photos of that place and make it into like a surreal piece.
Yep.
And some spots I can go to just on the spot, just drive. And I'll see it, I'll make a note of it, and just start drawing out in my head, like, okay, it's like a theater set. I can put this person here, they can have this prop, and from there, it all has a concept. Yeah,
you'll, like, basically paint that picture in your head and basically map it out. Like, even like you mentioned, you'll drive randomly. You'll be like, oh, this is a perfect, photo op or set or just something you could work with as well. And so with your photography, your pictures that, of course, you take, what's something like, what do you want people to feel? Because you said one thing I think of off rip is nostalgia. Because you're taking pictures of areas where you feel like nostalgic, because those were areas where you used to be skating, walking downtown, even though the movie theater is not there. But even that area itself of downtown West Palm, probably you feel that nostalgia. So what's something? Well, like, what do you want people to take away from like just seeing your photos?
Well, it depends on the project typically.
Yeah.
So with the main project I'm going to put out, I already told you, like 5 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that one, I want people to feel both, I always say misery,
Yeah.
like really just melancholy, but hopeful.
Yeah.
And with my work that I'm putting out now, it's just more so I want people to look at this and know, like, hey, yes, I am from South Florida. This is a time capsule piece. And like you said, nostalgia. I want people to look at those photos, not just now, but like 5 years from now, and feel that same sense of joy and nostalgia just walking down the same blocks I do.
Yeah, no, like that. I will say that's definitely like, especially as a time capsule piece that you're doing. It literally shows you like everything that's, well, basically it shows you like how things progressively change throughout the years, and that's exactly what you're doing with that project. And then additional thing I wanted to ask as well is I know, I know from like reading, it was like an article that, of course, you were being interviewed from the voyage of MIA.
Right.
You stayed in Los Angeles.
Right.
For a tenure there, of course. How did that influence your current work right now? Or how did that influence you, like, or how did that time there affect your work now?
Yeah.
What does that look like, or how did that happen?
Man, it was crazy. I always call it like my 1.5-year artist residency.
Yeah.
Because, I was living there, but, man, the amount of work and the workflow that I had to learn there, because I was so scared to go outside and use my camera, I just found that scarcity to be kind of like a blessing in a way.
Yeah.
Because I learned to literally work with minimal things.
Mm-hmm.
But the overall downtown LA experience was horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I always tell people whenever I was walking, you would just see people high out of their freaking minds, or like I'm watching crime happen like in real life.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. Like I think I told you a story one time where I was
you were being
home.
chased.
Yeah.
That when you told me that stuff, I was like, oh my God, California would never see me. But I could just like based off that story and like your time there and your experience there, I could see how that just reflects on your upcoming project, The Misery.
Yeah.
How that your time there and like you said, that scarcity of not really using your camera or just doing work there.
Right. Because with the way that place influenced this project now is it just worked out beautifully, because I would never forget 1 week. It was really tough. I got my car broken into. Sold it for $50.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
But I think that was the moment where I had released my second project the same day I had to sell my car, like Bliss Volume 2. And the amount of love that I was receiving, like, reminded me of home. And I knew eventually, I'm like, one day I'm just going to.
Just commit to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was great, because everybody, like, I don't think they even know this. But
like the effect and reception that you received from your second volume, like how it just, just feeling that, having all that reaction, reception poured into you, how that just motivated you to continue your work as well, and, inspiring the next volume.
Exactly. So that's when I knew, like, I wanted to take the aesthetic of, like, downtown LA. It's almost like Twilight Zone-esque.
Yeah.
It's like Gotham City for real.
Yeah. Gotham City probably on times 10 or what.
Yeah, man. No Batman, just Jokers only.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then your first two projects. So the first one, I know the first Bliss, the second Bliss, the title name was, it wasn't.
It was a Hopeless Romantic for
the
second one.
Yep. And the first one
was Madman's Theory for the first one.
So what was the inspiration, like Hopeless Romantic? I'm assuming that's more joyful and like.
No.
Oh, okay. So talk about those two like volumes that you.
Yeah. So with the first Bliss, I wanted to talk about the story of how I originally picked up a camera, or why I originally picked up a camera in the first place.
So that's like the origin story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
because like I've always used the camera as a conduit just to express myself.
Yep.
But with that first project, I was telling this story about 2016, and
these are like the first volume was like shots from 2016, or this is like and like okay, so basically inspiration based into like 2016, basically.
Exactly. Okay. So I was in this like crazy, I guess you could call it situationship. I hate using that word, but that's what it was, I guess.
Yep.
And once it ended, I went on this like whole downward spiral.
Yep.
Like very depressed, started drinking.
Post relationship and all that stuff and the effects of it and how it just takes, you know, a toll on you.
Yeah, bro. It's like when you're listening to like too much Earl Sweatshirt or something, then you're in a bad place.
Oh, he said Earl?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you listen to which project is it? I don't like people. I don't go outside.
That's exactly the year the album came out.
Oh,
I was inside. Yeah, like I wanted to tell that story of how literally I went on this downward spiral, and towards the end of that project, I took shrooms.
Yep.
I want to say that, but yeah,
yeah, for like inspiration or artist, you know, creativity, you know.
Yeah, no, I didn't even pick up a camera yet. Like I remember I tripped way too hard, and some of the images I was seeing, I was like, yo, like this looks crazy. Like I think I could try to like make something like this.
I would say just based off, you know, that what you just mentioned, I would say it was the skull and the corners. Like it was a skull like in a, I want to say it's like a cave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's something that just gives psychedelic trippy vibes itself. That shot, because it's a skull and it has like the it's like kind of a floral embroidered on the skull and stuff. It just around it too. And I watched the video. It was like you mentioned, like basically it's a depiction of just being trapped. Like everything around you is like basically horrible or like basic darkness. Like everything is bad. Like you're cornered. You're stuck in a corner against like evil.
No, exactly. And that was actually the first time that I photographed the skull was for the first volume. And at the time I didn't know like it would be like a motif that I keep on using. But yeah, that's where it first popped up.
Oh, yeah.
And no. So with that whole trip and everything, like I ended up picking up a camera maybe like a week later, and I just haven't stopped since.
Yeah.
But it started with that. But while I was making the first volume back in 2020 when the pandemic was happening, I was going through the events of the second project, Hopeless Romantic.
Oh, so basically these are all like these are all timepieces, but they're also states of where you're at.
Exactly. Yeah, and
that's dope.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. It happened really organically because I worked on the first one for 8 months. As soon as that was done, I immediately started working on the second one and knew I wanted to work on that one for 2 years. Live here in West Palm and then make the first half, move to California and make the second half. I ended up doing it like verbatim. It was crazy, but yeah, while working on that first one, I was going through the events of the second one, and that one it's crazy. It's actually a crazy story. Yeah. So I used to know some twins.
Shoot, I'm a twin. Fun fact.
No, like I used to know some twins, and at the time, it was like a weird triangle thing going on, and yeah, it just got messy. Yeah. It got really messy to the point where like when I separated myself from the whole thing, I felt like a weight lifted off of my shoulders. And that's what that project is about. It's pretty much
the hope. This is volume 2, Hopeless Bliss, Hopeless Romantic.
Yeah. That's what that whole entire project is about. It's pretty much that phase of my life. Because you would think the downward spiral would stop with Bliss Volume 1, but it didn't. It just continued to Hopeless Romantic. It just, my vice wasn't alcohol anymore. Yeah. Yeah. And by the time I get to the end of that project, I always like name the places where I work. Yep. It's kind of like how Outkast has the Dungeon Family. They creating a dungeon and stuff. Yeah, so it's like a room I was living at in Riviera Beach. Yeah. And I called it the Catacomb, where I was like, oh yeah, the old version of me died here. But no, it like really did. Yeah. And I had to shed my skin and become the person I am today because of those events. Wow. Yeah.
Wow. So just those events seem like it created a new version of you, like basically like you said, shedding your the old skin and basically rebirthing a whole new version of yourself.
No, for sure. And it's like the whole catacomb, like, idea.
Yeah.
Just bridged into purgatory because obviously from the casket, like, where do you go? Heaven or hell? But if you're still not a pure soul, then you go to purgatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a real way to explain that art. That is dope. Is just to see your, like, basically like an evolution of yourself as well as evolution of your work from like these themes of course, hopeless romantic, downward life spiral, of course, and to where we're at now. And I know you mentioned Riviera. How has just like you growing up in West Palm Beach like inspired your current work? I know you mentioned like it gives you a remembrance of like nostalgia, but has it kind of like shaped or like wanted you to like, you know, take more shots at West Palm Beach, give more spotlight to West Palm Beach? How has that like influenced your work?
Yeah, Maya and I, we talk about it a lot where it's like in the fine art space, not too many people from West Palm Beach are in that space, especially black men.
100%.
Top of that, yeah. So I told myself with this coming project, I want to photograph like the real Palm Beach County, the real Broward and Dade County.
Yeah.
I'm like before they try to diminish our culture and again gentrify it
slowly.
Yeah, like I'm like, no, this is what the real place looks like.
Yeah.
And to be able to photograph that and again hopefully 10, 20
taking
years
timeless pictures too of like historic spots of West Palm Beach that, you know, it's still here and that still needs to be preserved too.
Exactly. So I think I'm making it my mission to do that and try to give back as much as possible to these communities because like without community right now especially, like how are we going to build?
No, man.
It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
He is he is standing on business on just preserving and showcasing the culture here in West Palm Beach, as well as, you know, as a minority producing art in this county. It's not really much of us, and now, you know, being able to just represent, that's a lot. That's beautiful. Because when I ran into your page through I think the council, the Palm Beach Culture Council, and they posted like a reel of this you and your podcast interview, just explaining your art and your story. And I also read the article. I was like, this is dope. And then I see that you posted your residency at the Norton.
Right.
And I pulled up to it. You posted, hey, feel free to come by, see my latest work, see my process. And I came there and I was like, wow, this is dope to see like basically the beauty behind the madness.
Right.
Exactly that. And it was just great to meet you, of course, and just get what fuels you to create the photos and the pictures that you're doing. So
for sure, man. Thank you for pulling up, for real. That meant like a lot to me. Anybody that pulled up, for real, like blessings to all of you.
Yeah, no, like from your time there, like during your residency, what was something that you learned like about yourself during that time span at the Norton, of course? Like, did you develop any like new skills or styles or something you just realized within yourself?
Yeah, there's like a whole lot of clarity both in myself and in the creative process, because I think like every day I was going to work and I had never been the type of person to just sit there and not like stare into space or anything. So when I was at the residency, I was like, okay, I'm in this little corner right here. I can, while I'm here, just write down something right quick. I can make like a list of goals I want to do in the studio before I go. Yeah,
or like whatever comes to mind on a shot or some type of inspiration or motif or theme that you want to cover within your next project.
Right.
Because I will say though, like when you're working, I don't know, it's like for me at least, whenever I'm working, like I get like a surge of like creative thoughts or thinkings. Like instead of working, you could be doing this, shooting this, creating this, and it's like, where is this when I'm actually creating?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure I jot it down and don't forget it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go in the studio, it's like from the time I get in, I am already like, okay, I'm going to read this book. I can try this out tonight when I go take photos.
Yep.
Come back in the morning, like 6 in the morning, and develop them before I go to work. And I did that for, I think, like 29 days.
So it was like a 29-day residency, 30 days or a month?
Yeah, like pretty much a month residency. Every day I made sure I tried to get there early and leave late. And having that workflow
even that space too, because that was a dope like art creative space for like anybody that's like a creator. Like, man, if I had that space, man, I'd be hosting some dope podcasts over there. Some great conversations would be shed. And yeah, bro, like I can only imagine like your experience just being in that space, and it's basically it's historical as well.
No, for sure. Like, it's crazy. Like, because Norton owns like little houses all in that block.
Yep.
So it's really cool what they did with those houses, and like I was grateful to both Cultural Council and Norton for even having me in that space, because like I've been going to Norton since I was in the 2nd grade. So I would have never thought I'd first become an artist and then secondly be in these residencies.
Yeah.
So I was blessed.
Yeah, no, shout out to the Norton as well as the Cultural Council. And how did that process begin for you, just like receiving their scholarship, being a recipient? What did that look like? What does that look like for the people that are interested in like, trying to submit to be a recipient as well as, receive, that accolade and basically they're being a recipient?
No, for sure. It was by far one of the best things that happened in my creative journey. And like, I'm extremely grateful. I think people definitely apply to it for sure, because you get an artist stipend, which if you don't know what a stipend is, it's pretty much like a grant.
Yep.
They give you a mentor, which was so helpful. My
Really?
mentor, Sonia, yeah, she's great. Like, literally fueled like a different artistic practice for me, which I will take with me forever. Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah, like it changed the way I see photography for sure. As well as there's these workshops that they have you attend.
Yep.
And like, to be real, like I'm not a social media guy. I can't stand it unless it's for memes, but like taking that
It is
workshop.
like hikey. There's money. It's a meaningful space in social media on the apps.
No, for sure. But like, I think when we took the social media workshop, I was like, you know what? They're giving me this for a reason. And like, I know I don't like it, but if I apply pressure, then eventually it'll become easier.
Yeah, because the thing about that too, like that's a great thing that's something they kind of like instilled into you, like providing those workshops. Because as an artist and photographer like yourself, like you don't know what your art will reach, like who it'll reach, of course, like who will find inspiration or even want to buy a picture that that you took. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like you never know like the target audience of who, like the audience in general, like who you'll reach and who the people really be like, basically just be motivated or just oh my God, what's the word? Involved in your story and involved in your work.
No, exactly. That's why I was like, it surprises me sometimes when I see people in person and they know my work. I'm like,
yeah.
dude,
I mean, look, this look how the encounter started with us based off off the app Instagram, and I was like, whoa, like it's great. You got to utilize it for sure.
Oh, for sure. So I definitely would tell people like, man, like don't sleep on those workshops, man. Take advantage of them when you get the grant and everything. As well as, man, there's one other thing that was really great. Just the people that run the Cultural Council, like they really care. Yeah, like they care about bringing up artists, emerging artists from Palm Beach County.
Yep.
And yeah, no, if you want that support, like it's the best thing that can happen to your art career, really.
Wow. That's great. And like I know when you first mentioned that to me, I was like, oh, I didn't know this was even in like the county, like in the area. I didn't know that was even like a program or office that provides that opportunity to people who are looking to expand their creative career, creative space, and et cetera.
No, man, it's crazy because I used to walk past the building a lot when I was in downtown Lake Worth. And one day there's an event, and like a friend of mine invited me. I finally walked in. I'm like, I did not know this place had anything to do with art.
Yeah.
For years.
Yep.
But it's gorgeous on the inside, and it's like I highly recommend people just tap in. Yeah, man.
Shout out to them, man. Shout out to the council, of course. And you're like, it seems like, you're creating this work, building nostalgia. What would you say is like your creative purpose when you like take these images, take these photos, having these themes of, hope, misery, when your life is spiraling in chaos? Like, what's your creative purpose behind what you're doing?
I guess my creative purpose is to pretty much just give my testament. Like, really, I just wanted to let people know, like, man, I'm not perfect, bro. Like, there's nothing special about me. Like, I just happen to really care about what I do. And if you put that same passion into anything, like, bro, you can just do anything, really. Just stay consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's really like, you see, that's something that a lot of people should, like, if I could do it, you could do it as well. Like, what's stopping you? Like, I've been through I've been through my own challenges and tribulations, of course, but, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing what I enjoy.
Right.
So what makes you any different,
No, exactly. Like, yeah, that's pretty much my whole thing with this Bliss project. The only reason why there's two reasons why I named it Bliss, really. One is, like, there's a Kendrick Lamar song called Ignorance is Bliss.
I wasn't going to say, like, well, I asked that question right after you just elaborate.
Oh, yeah. It's just, like, me being, like, such a crazy music head.
Yep.
Scrolling on YouTube, going through this.
Oh, yeah, close to the mic. Yeah. No, we'll get this covered. You're good.
Yeah, no. I was listening to this mixtape, Overly Dedicated, that he has, and one of the songs on there is Ignorance is Bliss. And I just liked the way he said that word. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll keep that in mind for a title. And
fast forward.
Yeah, no, fast forward to, like, now, where it's like, when it just was like, oh, I'm a Kendrick fan. Now I'm like, no, it really does feel like Bliss to not just give you a regular project, like, really kind of pull skeletons out the closet and put it on the wall for you to see. Like, here. Like, yeah, I know I'm flawed and everything, but it's like, I'm still.
It's the beauty behind it.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I accepted the fact that I'm human. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
And here's my art about that. Take it how you want it.
And that's the beauty. Like, that's just, the beauty behind art as well. Like, it's subjective. Everybody has their own thoughts and opinions towards it. And the feelings that they take away from it, it's solely themselves. Like, however you feel about it. What makes, like, what do you take away? Like, whatever you feel. Like, what do you feel from seeing it?
Right.
And exactly creating it, all that.
Yeah, no, I always say this. Like, I feel like that's how people make their best art, is if they kind of put the audience last. And what I mean by that is just work on something that you're passionate about and that you would love to geek out about, and years later look back at it. And when you put it out in the world, eventually it's going to find its audience. Like, it's a big world out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I know for sure that, like, my photography is not some people's cup of tea, and that's fine. But for the people that it finds and it resonates with them, I'm like, those are the people I'm speaking to.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
That's deep, and that's real.
Like, that's probably one of my favorite things about art. I kind of look at it like albums. There's certain albums where it's like,
that's actually a great way to put it.
Yeah, it's like some people love a certain project from an artist, and then they put out the next body of work, and it might not hit for them. But it's for who it's for.
Exactly, and the beauty of that is that you can create, like, so many pieces, works, and together, and, like, they may not like what you currently made, but 10 years later, you make something else, and they're like, this is the same guy that made this?
Yeah.
And they love the piece that you made 10 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, man, it's just making what you like. Yeah, that's my whole thing with Bliss, because for many years, I never really put myself out there as like, oh, yeah, book me for shoots kind of person.
Yeah.
But I knew I was making personal projects, and one day that someone was going to see them.
Exactly. You're just building that portfolio.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll put it on my website. People will see it. Like, and I can just work on the next body of work. And that's how it worked for a long time until, I want to say, like, maybe last year or this year.
Yeah.
For real. Where, now people are booking me for things, but they want it in that style of, like, some of the Bliss projects.
That the style that, that you've, been doing.
No, exactly. And I'm like, that means a lot. Because like, I recently shot a cover for a magazine,
dope,
Art and Culture magazine.
Shout out.
Yeah, for Subtropic. It was really, really dope, man. And Subtropic is really cool. It's like a film festival out,
based in West Palm as well.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've had the pleasure of working with them maybe a couple years before, because I've had a couple of short film pieces in their festival.
Yeah.
And to be able to photograph them was
full circle.
Yeah, no, a big full circle. It was crazy. But yeah, being able to do things like that finally, and now I'm like, okay, cool. This opened up a door, so now I can explore more avenues where I'm putting my portfolio out there to people, and I'm like, all right, like here's the style of work that I do. If you like it, then you can book me. Like,
and what's great about that, you know, one piece opened doors, and you don't like that one piece opened that door, and there after that, just so many doors to go to. Like the floodgates has opened for you.
No, for sure. And it's like it's crazy because I feel like it wasn't until I was about to leave LA, I want to say in like 2023, maybe. Yeah, that's when things started popping off for me, and it just hasn't stopped since. But mind you, that was like 6 years worth of grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like just being a big fan of yourself is what I would like to tell other artists. Just like, man, make sure you think that you like it. Then again, people will just pick up on it years later. Like that's how it works for most artists.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
You just inspired me. Oh, this guy is a poet. Because that's you should be your biggest fan, and like that's how you have the fuel to continue to create what you like, of course, and produce something that's different than others. Because you got to be your first fan. You got to be your number one fan, your own fan.
No, exactly. And yeah, no, it's just one of those things recently where I'm starting to realize as I continue on with this project and working on many other side projects, I'm like, as long as you're willing to learn, like you gotta make sure you push yourself and learn, then that light will never die for your art. You just keep on trucking on.
Yeah. With you currently just working on, you know, the third installment of your Blissful piece, of course, what are the other like projects or anything that you want to create? Or like, what's your like the side project that you're currently creating alongside it, or like what's your upcoming project? What does that look like?
Right, yeah, that one's gonna come out next year. So with the world of Purgatory, which that exists inside the Bliss project, it works in, I call it like, it's similar to a triptych. Which if people don't know what a triptych is, it's like, imagine you have a one big square piece of paper, you fold it out, and two more come out. So it's like 3 parts. So I kind of look at the project like that, where I'm making these small worlds, and those are going to be the projects I put out in between until I put out Bliss. So the first one for next year is this world I'm calling, if I'm not mistaken, Michael. So it's not Michael, is it?
Oh.
Sorry, I'm tired. It's been a long day. But
yeah,
so the first project is more so in the cityscape,
and
that represents like my version of downtown LA and what it looked like. So I'm just building this world in a surreal landscape way.
And it's kind of you're doing it based off your LA experience, of course, and inspired by LA. Is it also like towards like a dystopian utopia or more?
Oh, no, I wanted to make sure it looks like everyday life, but there's just certain things that are off about it. So when I finally get to the third project, you know what you're stepping into. But yeah, with that project, I just wanted to give people like a brief little prelude.
Yeah.
As in what this world will consist of, whether it's going to be at night photos only, or you'll see certain motifs that will pop up in the project later on.
Yep.
And yeah, it's the main project I'm working on right now, because I mean, Amaya, she's seen some of the photos I'm working on. Like I photographed lightning recently. And
how'd you time that? You just waited.
Yeah, no, I sat there for like 20 minutes.
Oh,
and
shoot.
Just aimed my camera at a cloud and was able to take that. So building on top of these photos, it's like called stacking negatives. It's like where I get like one little piece of a film negative.
And you're just adding on.
Yeah, so it looks like a collage. So instead of doing it in camera like I would typically do, I'm like, oh, okay, I could kind of stack these together and it'll be a completely different effect. But doing a lot of that for this project is really important, because I want to make sure with just the whole Bliss Volume 3 in general, I told myself it needs to be a mix between my first and my second project. The first project was really dark, like all black and white photos. And
so basically this is where Purgatory. Yeah,
just like pretty much Purgatory. So it's like you're just going through the gates of Purgatory with mini projects I'm putting in between. And with the final product, I just want it to be a mix between like the horrifying part of Bliss Volume 1 and the beautiful side of Bliss Volume 2. Yeah, so like that's that first world. That's that next project that's going to come out next year.
Yep.
And then in between, I'll put out 2 more projects that tell you what the worlds are going to look like for the book that I'm trying to make. So one is the city side. The middle is like just a black empty space that I can try to make my own still lives or build on top of like a movie set and but just have that empty black space because that represents like my studio apartment back in LA.
Yeah.
Because that's where I found solace in finally being out there. Yeah. Because I knew once I stepped outside, I didn't know what the hell I was going to get. And then with the last side is the ethereal side, which I consider to be more so home. So that's why I'm photographing a lot of things down here in Palm Beach County right now because I want that to be like the last little section over there. But the way I want the book to be is, remember I always talk about albums and just having a gumbo of influences. So Kendrick Lamar album Damn, obviously you can play it forward, you can play it backwards.
Reverse, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm doing that with my book. I want you to be able to read it forward. It can tell you one story, or you can read it backwards and it'll tell you another.
Oh, that's real dope.
Yeah, like I had told myself I wanted to do that and mix, like again, a gumbo albums. So like Damn, Kendrick Lamar.
Yep. That's actually like that's a dope concept too. Like basically one doing it like you said, starting from the beginning. You know, it's a different like perspective, different take, and then backwards, you know, different take, different perspective, but it's still the same. You know, you're still experiencing or seeing the same images, but just different pathways front or back.
So like one's divine, one's misery. So the ethereal side is more divine, city side's more misery, and right in between is just that space of like an ego death, damn near. Because like again, this is stories I don't typically tell people about downtown LA, but there was one week. It's the same week I dropped the Blitz Volume 2.
Yeah.
I almost got robbed at gunpoint.
Yeah.
People following me home and stuff. Car got broken into.
Yeah, you told me that, and I was like, wow.
And it's like it was a point where I almost had like my limit. I was like, okay, I just quit.
Yeah.
Like at life in general, I was done. But again, receiving that love from back home is what kept me going, and I think I needed to tell people that more often. Like, thank you to West Palm.
Wow.
Yeah, because my dad kept me going for sure, and Lord knows where I'd be at without y'all.
Wow, that's deep, and that's great as well. Like, home is really home is really what the heart is.
Yeah. No, definitely. So I feel like I owe it all to West Palm. That's why I'm trying to really put it on my shoulder and be like, no, like I'm from here, born in Belgrade. Like, I want to make sure that you know that this is my depiction of heaven is home. And with the tall buildings and the cityscapes and everything, which could also represent the gentrification. Yeah. That to me is like what hell would look like. That'd be my version of hell, personally.
Yeah. Dude, that's great. You got me thinking like, wow. Like, even though like I'm born and raised as well, and you know, I love my county, I love where I'm from.
Right.
But to, you know, like that concept of this is home, and this is home for me. You know what I'm saying? I've been here, born and raised, still here, and this is really home. But to see how your home is being altered and changed, and that's just a beautiful way to just create, using that as inspiration for your next work and all that.
I think like that's why I'm going to take 5 years with this project, because I want to make sure that this is executed the exact way I want it.
Yeah, and do you ever have like that artist rush, or is there like a rush to like, I need this to be done. I want to get this out. I want everybody to see it. I don't want to wait 2-3 more years. I don't want to wait another year. Do you just want to expedite your art? Like, how does that, like, when dealing with a time capsule?
Right. Yeah. So, like, I used to be like that up until last year. I will say that, because especially after I moved back home in Florida about, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah, like I was ready. I'm like, I finally can create and step outside.
Yeah. You got that urge. You got like the artist, I don't know, artist anxiety or that artist anxiousness.
Yeah, man. But like, I'm glad I didn't put anything out really, because I'm like, it would have been my worst work. Like I genuinely believe that, because like I didn't learn any new skills, like no really strong concepts. I was just ready to put something out. But
you just wanted to point and shoot, literally.
Exactly. So again, just last year and this year, slowly building on top of my skills.
Yeah.
Like again, Amaya's like I always tell her she's a big inspiration.
Shout out. She's like, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, no, I always tell her she like really inspires me, because seeing her work on some of her art and how she uses natural plants and everything, it just opened up my mind into a whole nother realm. I'm like, oh wow, like I didn't know people did this at all.
And with that being said, because she's the member of the art community here in West Palm Beach County, another artist as well. How is the art scene, the art community in West Palm Beach? Are they like supporting one another? Are they like, taking, you guys are collabing on shots?
Right. So it's really interesting, because I feel like I've seen two different worlds of the art world here in Palm Beach County. I'll say maybe when I first started and everything, it's very local based.
Yeah.
Like small pop-ups and group exhibitions and everything. And it was so fun and genuine. I just remember loving all the people I met. I still have all of the photos I took, like just going to events.
Yeah.
And I will say, I don't know what year, but it started to get like it just started to dwindle. I could tell sometimes like people just like life is hitting them, like maybe their heart's not in it right now.
Passion slowly depletes. People are relocating. People are going, they're like, it's not really much opportunity here in the county. Let me go to Miami. Let me go to Broward, where it's more of a, it's more prominent.
No, exactly. That's like what inspired the whole like LA fiasco for me. It's like trying to leave and be like, oh, okay. Like, I feel like I need to break the glass ceiling, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I moved back in, you realize like, no, like I kind of missed this place. And again, meeting new people, like, again, if I never met Amaya, I would not have discovered this fine art world here in Palm Beach County.
Wow.
And like, I used to think to myself, like, no way, like they gatekeep, but they don't. They don't. They will share information with you.
Wow.
In a heartbeat. Yeah, you just gotta go up to them, talk to them, be friends. Like, don't just be I'll call them clout demons.
They're among us.
Yeah, like don't be a clout demon, man. Just be genuine, and they will share all of their resources with you.
Dope.
Yeah, like it's cool. Like having been on both sides, I feel like I'm like, okay, I can speak to both y'all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's really beautiful though. Like I see Palm Beach County's art scene just growing exponentially.
I mean, look at downtown West Palm. You see the murals on the buildings.
Yeah.
Like that's just like building art, of course, but that's just something that wasn't there before.
Right. It's like, yeah, the amount of public art that you're seeing, like, man, you got to remember artists are getting paid big bucks to do
Exactly.
that. And just other opportunities, like, as a matter of fact, Amaya is actually teaching at the Rosaries Readery soon. And it's like, that's cool that these local places would let you be like, okay, yeah, like come teach for us. Like we'll just run a small event.
Yeah.
It's something I didn't see like years ago.
Who knows? You may be up next. You might get booked to show people how to point and shoot, or to show that surrealism style that somebody's like very intrigued upon. You never know.
No, man, that's my big goal one day is like to
do a workshop.
Yeah, do workshops, and I really want to build a school for photography out in West Palm.
Dope.
Here. Yeah, that's like my ultimate goal. Is like, this is how I can give back.
Yeah.
I'm like, besides obviously when I have kids, I'm like, this will be my legacy.
That's real. Shout out West Palm Beach. Well, oh my God, shout out Palm Beach County. I'm so like West Palm, but shout out Palm Beach County itself.
No, for sure, yeah, man. Like, I don't know, just the opportunities out there have been growing a lot.
Yeah. And now it's a matter of just going for it.
Yeah, no, you got to apply pressure. Like, you have to. I think that's one thing I'd never really lacked because I come from like skateboarding. Like,
yeah.
I'm used to busting my ass like
trial and error
hours until I finally land a trick once. And sometimes with skating is weird. You might not ever land it again.
Yep.
If you continue to be consistent, like you'll power through. And that's how I look at it with just my passion for art. Like continuing to go.
Yeah.
No matter how bad it is. I mean, hell, you already know the downtown LA stories. Like, I could have just stopped. But I'm like, nah. Like, I like this too much.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. And just with, skating, just having that grit from skating, of course, and the influences that you mentioned from Kendrick Lamar playing a part in, like, your art creativity, art motives and themes. How has, like, just music itself or, like, other aspects of art influenced, like, your photos that you create?
Yeah. I always like to shout out my, like, old Kia because it had a CD player. I didn't have an aux.
Yeah.
So I had to buy CDs and listen to full albums.
Oh, so we didn't have the aux, you know what I'm saying? No Bluetooth, y'all. We're listening to the whole.
Yeah.
Just like that, strictly that.
Yeah, man, that car was made in 03, so it was no aux, man.
Oh,
yeah.
straight
CDs. And I think listening to so much music like that made me appreciate projects. Because I'm like, oh, this is what the artist intended for this listen.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never forget my first couple ones I bought was like Frank Ocean, Channel Orange.
Yeah.
And it was like because of the internet and stuff like that. And like I said, because the internet has a whole script.
Yeah, that's genius. That's one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, like I started writing for Bliss Volume 1 because of that album. Because I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like, there's a whole script, so it goes along with it.
And it's a dope concept, and it just shows, like, there's layers to the work. It's not just an album. There's a screenplay alongside with it via exactly what you're doing. You added writings to the photos that you're depicting and the feelings that you want. And now you just added a piece, which could be a poem alongside, the picture.
No, exactly. Like, what else, man? There's so much art. Like, again, growing up watching anime with my dad was like the best thing ever, because seeing some of the animation style or the storytelling particularly.
Yeah, we were just talking about that Demon Slayer back, like, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's the storytelling that's art, and like I want to master storytelling like that. Like, a lot of these animes have incredible storylines, and I'm like, if I can try to put my life like a Cowboy Bebop or something like that and structure it like that, I'm like, oh, I'd be set. It doesn't even have to be perfect. But yeah, a lot of that influences my work. Paintings. I love paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some of my favorite ones, there's a crazy one made in the 1400s. It's called The Garden of Earthly Delights.
Yep. By
this artist named Hieronymus Bosch, and his piece is the triptych, like 3 panels, and it depicts the story of Adam and Eve.
Yep.
So it just has those 3 different, almost look like Dr. Seuss worlds.
Yeah.
But the last depiction is hell. So I'm like, oh, I could use that for the purgatory thing.
Mm-hmm. That's storytelling itself.
Exactly.
So I think you already answered, but what does, like, storytelling look like in, like, photography?
Oh, for me, it's because like this project is going to be a bunch of portraits, at least the final one. But for me, it's the way the person is posed. It is the lighting. The lighting and the shadows tell the story. The most important thing is the lighting, for sure.
Yeah.
And whether you choose to like use black and white or color is just make sure it's intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the reason why I just chose not to do color for this project is, well, one, I haven't developed it yet.
That's real. That's real. That's real.
To be real.
Yeah.
But secondly, with black and white, I just think with the phrase divine misery, it just fits better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing that really works for me with telling stories is kind of making like a storyboard, almost like you're shooting a short film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to write out certain photo ideas.
Yep.
Like a description of why I'm taking it and a title. So I like to pretty much do all that on the first half and then take the photos. So I'm like, okay, I know that these are a sequence for something that would look great together.
Dope.
Yeah. It's so much.
There's so many layers fun. Too. Like you mentioned too, like the shadow aspect in a photo too, because that texture and like the shadow. Let's say it's like a self portrait, but adding a shadow on somebody's face or like one side of it, it's like, whoa, what's
works?
It just changes the whole feeling.
Yeah, man, it's eye candy.
Yeah.
It's like it's all eye candy.
Facts.
But like, yeah, it's just storytelling is one of the most important things for me, especially with the whole project. Because again, listening to those full albums, I'm like, if I could structure my album this.
Yeah, I gotta actually. We about to hit this. I can't even speak right now because I got so much in my head just based off what we're saying. But like, if you could like compliment one of your projects with an album, what album would it be? Like with Bliss, with Volume 3, with Bliss Volume 3, Divine Misery. What album would you pair it with?
Ooh, damn, that's a good one. Like my favorite album of all time is To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
Like literally tatted on my hand.
Yeah.
I love that album so much.
Yep.
Like just the overall concept of that album is something that I would love to portray with the Bliss Volume 3 for sure.
Oh shoot! And then with Bliss Volume 3, like would you like have people like see the artwork live? Like let's say it was like an exhibit and you're exhibiting all the pictures. Would you just play the album in the background? I think that would be a dope ass experience.
Yeah. No, I would love to do that.
That would be dope. Yo, shout out, when he has his upcoming exhibit, y'all, with all the photos and all his work, y'all, shout out to me. And the music's playing. Remember where this?
Oh yeah, no.
Remember the origin. Remember the origin of where that that whole experience came from.
No, for sure.
That would be dope. That would be dope, man. And I'm excited just for your upcoming projects. The project that you have coming up as well for the year next year, man. I'm just. Like, shout out to you, man, because you're doing the thing, man. You're, born and raised. You're a Palm Beach resident. You're from Palm Beach, man. And I haven't really met much creatives that are, creating things of substance like what you're doing. You're capturing the city itself and putting it on a spotlight like, this is where I'm from. This is my story. This is a nostalgia. This is these pieces that mean a lot to me. And you're doing it in a different style, which is beautiful. So shout out to you, bro. Thank you for just being on the podcast, bro.
No, man. Thank you for having me. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never forget when you asked, man. I just felt honored.
Yeah.
Truly. So I was like, no way. Like a podcast, and the studio is so dope.
Yeah, bro.
I walked in, I was like, oh, no, this is legit.
Yeah, no, for sure, man, because I'm just trying to spotlight creatives like yourself who are creating passionate, like meaningful work, and as well as just sharing your creative purpose in others as well. So with that being said, where can they find your social media and your latest work, your site, your upcoming project? Where can they find you?
Oh, they can find me on Instagram at Kelvin __III. And I'm about to relaunch my website, so it's kelvinsmallthird.com. Like, those are the two main places. And you can also check me out on YouTube. I'm going to start making like short films and just putting them on there just for fun.
Yeah.
Like little behind the scenes videos and stuff.
Definitely, bro. That being said, Kelvin Small III, shout out to you, brother. Thank you for joining the podcast. And yeah, stay tuned, y'all, and appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, YouTube, repost our reels on Instagram because we're gonna be reeling this episode up. So with that being said, you guys, thank you again. Spotify, YouTube, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and peace.